my top. Tampa Bay, let's roll. It's game day. Rays on the diamond, bolts in the sky, Bucs on the goal line, Bulls ride or die. From the tailgate talk to the bright field glow, you know where to go. It's the JP Peterson Show. Hey, Tampa Bay, let everybody know.
You like it?
Tim on the side where
You like it?
No.
What do you think? What do you think? I love it. Wait.
What the hell are we doing here?
Yeah, I like it. That's a snappy little tune right there, baby. You're all going to be singing it all day long. Thank me. How are you, kids, on this Thursday, June 18th? By the way, it is Juneteenth tomorrow.
Oh.
Yes. So we'll
Technically,
be taking
isn't
Big Friday off.
every day from like June 13th to June 19th is Juneteenth?
Kind of is.
I don't understand where that term comes
Tomorrow is a national holiday, so we will be taking that off. So I can go down to Fort Lauderdale and play golf with all my frat brothers.
from.
And
I can go out and get drunk tonight.
yeah, there might be a cocktail to be had down there. How are you, kids? Let's get the if you love the new Open, let me know. The US Open is underway. 2-hour delay. How about that? John Hill's like, hey, a 2-hour delay. The JP Show only had a 2-minute delay. We're better than the US Open.
Look at
Look at us
blowing out there, man. Good Lord.
Yeah, it's a howling, isn't it?
So I just watched Koepka hit a putt, probably a 15-foot putt that went an inch past the hole and then blew back into the hole. I swear, I
Really?
kid you not. I just watched that live as the Open was going on. The wind's
my
blowing
God.
into his face. He hits the ball. It goes an inch past the hole and then comes back into the wind, blows it back into the hole.
I've never seen that.
I love it.
I've never seen that, but I love it. Yeah,
I love it.
So when they're all bitching about how bad it is and the wind's moving the putts on the green, say, well, it can help you. It could help. I did see Rory yesterday. He was putting a 5-footer, and he was like, below the hole, and then he putted it past the hole about 40 feet up the hill, and then had it come back at him, and it damn near went in. I'm like, holy shit. That's insane. Well, I mean, there might be situations where if the pin is on that severe slope and the greens are this fast, where you put it past the hole, thinking that just like you would, an iron shot, you hit it past the hole to bring it back. Yeah. All right.
I love Rick. I've never loved you more than I love you right now. Intro is ass.
Come on. I thought he loved it. It's money. He says intro is money. That's what he said. Yeah. I think that's what he said. I don't know. I'm tired of the old one. Just do something new. Let's do something
we need
new.
to figure something out.
John Hill, vote. Airweed, vote. Let's go. Vote. Do you like the new one or the old one? Or do a whole new one?
Or do a different one, yeah.
All right. Well, get on it, Tim.
All right.
Been hearing this for a couple of years. Let's go. Or I'm going to have to turn to AI. JP, the slump buster for Cedric Mullins. Maybe you can get the middle relievers to take you to Applebee's. I'll start banging on somebody. I don't care. Who's next? Kevin Kelly? Hard to do with Kevin Kelly. He's been pretty damn good, except for yesterday. The Rays get beaten by the Dodgers 5-4. When it looks so good. By the way, Big O and I did an O show watching the game, and he analyzes the game as we're kind of going through it. It was pretty cool.
That's cool.
If you got a chance, go check it. He's got some great stuff on Ohtani, who he saw pitch in high school in Japan. So really, really good stuff. That's the O show yesterday. Highly recommend it. And just really interesting tidbits of listening to a Major League Baseball player as he watches a game. This way, and I'm like, all right, what are you thinking here? You're up 2-0 in the count. What's he coming with? Et cetera, et cetera. And it's interesting get into the mind of a ball player as he's playing the game and all the things that go through it. So check that out on the Big O show yesterday. All right, set up the show today. We're going to do a lot of Bucs today. Scott Reynolds is going to join us at 10:30 now that the offseason program is basically over. The boys are off for 5 weeks until training camp. We're going to get his thoughts. He and I will go back and forth on what happened in this offseason, the draft, the practices, what we've learned, what this team looks like heading into training camp. So that will be fun. We'll do that. We'll hear a lot from Emeka Egbuka, who I think is going to kind of take the mantle of Mike Evans in terms of leadership on this team. I think we're in really, really, really good hands. This is a guy that led Ohio State to a national championship and is an absolutely natural-born leader. You can just hear it in his voice. You see it in his composure. You see it in his play. He's got all the ingredients to be a absolute Mike Evans, Chris Godwin type. And that's why they took him in the first round. He was a steal. And I think he's going to have a huge freaking season this year, Emeka Egbuka. We'll hear from Anton Winfield as well, kind of talking about the tweaks to the secondary. I asked him about that. So we'll get a lot from the Bucs today and go over those particular things. Timmy's got some really good audio from Ron Slavin, who is Brendan Sorsby's agent. And he's telling a story that we have not heard before. Obviously, he's his agent. He's going to be biased, but Timmy says there's information in here that is very interesting, and he fell in love with the guy's voice, so he just wants to hear the dude talk again.
He's pipes, man.
Good pipes? Good pipes?
Great pipes.
Yeah. Yeah, guys in longtime radio guys, especially longtime producers like Timmy, they have a fetish for voices. Yeah.
Man Crush. It's Man Crush Thursday.
Who's the hottest female voice you've ever heard, though?
So there's, I'll tell you right now. She's not in sports. She is a podcaster, and she also does. I don't know if y'all don't have Kroger grocery stores over there, do you?
Mm-mm.
But she does.
We used to have Kroger delivery, and then they canned it.
She also does the TV commercial, voices the TV commercials for the Kroger TV commercials. I can't remember her name, but oh my God.
Find one and play it for me. Now you got me intrigued.
All right.
Yeah. You know whose voice I love and love just in general? Lara Logan. She's got that hint of a British accent. And yeah.
Look, and so
plus she got fired by 60 Minutes, so that's a badge of honor.
I hate accents like on any person other than American. I don't get accents. I don't understand them half the time. And there are a few exceptions. Like I think Irish and Scottish accents on chicks are hot.
Oh, the Irish brogues, fantastic.
I think French.
Everything's a question to the Irish. Everything they say. Oh, you look beautiful today.
The inflection goes up at the end of every sentence, whether it's a question or not.
Oh, you have another pint. Yeah,
I love French accents on girls. I absolutely despise any and all British accents. Like I don't understand half of the dialects that come out of Great Britain. Like I can't watch.
You're no good with the Cockney, are you? No,
I don't get it. I don't get it. But there is a chick on the Golf Channel that is British that is hot AF that I can listen to all day long.
Yeah. No, I love accents. Love accents, especially Northern New York accents. That was for my wife, Ashley. Yeah.
Is she from Northern New York?
Yeah, she's from Saratoga.
Okay.
She's from Saratoga. And she can't oftentimes she does not pronounce her T's. Is that a button?
Yeah. Button. Yeah.
It's a button.
It drives me crazy when people do that. Kids do
That's so cute. I love it. Everything drives you crazy. You need to lighten up, bro. You need to freaking lighten up. Yeah.
I want to shoot myself right now thinking of that.
Yeah. So we'll get into a little TSA stuff. I think since it hit the paper today, we talked a lot about it yesterday, but I'll touch on it. If you guys have any questions and anything you want to bring to the table, and we'll keep you up to date on the U.S. Open as well. Damn it, I didn't get my bets in this morning, Timmy. You can still
what? I got to say this too. Talking about the moving the show back and forth between afternoons and mornings.
Yes.
So my morning routine here in the studio with my 72 TVs here in the main studio is always the same. I've got sports. I've got the 4 box that we have on YouTube TV that I can do wherever I want, and then I always have
you need to send me that YouTube TV login, by the way.
Oh, we don't have one for Tampa Bay. I thought you had a TV package.
No.
All right. Well, that's another $160 a month we can spend.
Let's go. Let's go.
But I always have our show on one so I can watch and see what the people are seeing, right? In case something goes wrong. I get it. We don't always see the real stuff on StreamYard here. But when we're here from 1 to 3, or my time 12 to 2, I had a field day yesterday because afternoon TV here in Dallas and on YouTube TV is amazing. So at one time, JP, while we were doing the show the last couple of days in the afternoon, I had the Rockford Files on one TV, Columbo on one TV,
wow,
Ironside on one TV, Perry Mason on another TV,
holy
and
shit.
Yesterday I had the Hunt for Red October on a different TV.
Damn.
I had all of that going on while we're talking
Wow.
sports.
How can you even follow an Ironside? You know, those are very intricate detective plots now.
Because I've seen them all.
Yeah, of course, that's
know
true
exactly
too.
what's happening.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into the Rays a little bit. Obviously, topical. Man, it was interesting yesterday. I'm predicting a no hitter for Ohtani. Timmy's predicting 14 runs, and damn if you weren't on your way to winning that sucker. I thought the Rays did a really good job. Obviously, in the fourth inning, they send 9 men to the plate, score 4 runs. Probably should have got more. Fiducia with a big double, almost left the yard. Just a good series of hits for the Rays, making good contact with the obviously one of the toughest pitchers in the game, and they take a 4-2 lead, and you're like, oh, this is maybe, but this bullpen is not going to hold it. It's just not going to hold it. Legumina came in for Sugar Shane, who just didn't have it yesterday. He had 5 walks, just couldn't control it, and that seems to be what happens to him. He started strong for the first 3. And then as he, gets warmed up, I don't know if he loses his stamina or what is it, but he just starts to lose his command a little bit. His breaking pitches, he left them up, and they either got hit or he walked guys. And there was a key moment in the game where ABS, the umpire calls a strikeout, and he's out of the inning, out of the fourth with 1 run. And he's coming, but they challenged it, and he came back, and it wasn't a strike, turned into a walk, which turned into another run, and he's out of the ballgame. So this ABS is, I love it in every way, and they got it right. I'm not complaining about that part of it, but it changed that game dramatically. Shane, if he sits down, maybe he figures it out and goes a little bit deeper. The Rays go on to score 4 runs. And I mean, did I think at 4-2 they had the game? No, it's, because you got a host of relievers that got to shut down this all-star lineup, and it wasn't to be. And Kevin Kelly, who's been absolutely nails, comes in and he's got whenever he's great against right-handers and left-handers, but elite left-hand bats are going to get you. And that's exactly what Freddie Freeman is. And he threw a meatball right down the middle of the plate, 92 miles an hour, and Freddie ain't going to miss that. And Mullins damn near caught it in center field. He damn near went over and got it, but he didn't. And it ends up being a 5-4 win. They threaten in the 9th, and for the second time in a couple of games, Mullins has a chance to do something big in the 9th and strikes out. So it's just that's been kind of the way. And if you look at all the losses, I think are one run losses.
Yeah. So
a road trip where you lose 5 of 6 could have easily been way, way better. And when they were on their run, they were winning 1-run games, and now they're not. And they're regressing to the mean. So now they're 11 games over 500. They've lost 15 of their last 22 games. They're 41-30. And they're coming home for an absolutely most critical homestand of the year. As the Nats are coming in, who are, okay. Then you got the Royals, and then you got Arizona. And O was talking about this yesterday. This is a critical time. You play well at the Trop. You're made for the Trop. You got a day off today. Then you get back to it. So let's get out there, support the lads, get to the maintenance deck, $49, all-inclusive beer. Build that beer snake. Those beer snakes are legendary now up in the maintenance decks. You'll get up there, chug them down, cheer on your Rays, get out of the heat, this blistering heat, and go watch some Rays baseball for the next couple of weeks. I'm going to try to make it over to the Trop, hopefully a half dozen times in the next 12 days. So, let's get on it. This is the time that the Rays need the home support, and they got to climb out of this hole. It's not like they're playing terrible baseball. It's not terrible baseball. It's almost there. It looks like Johnny DeLuca's coming back for the series. That'll be a big boost. There's some arms on the way with Manny Rodriguez and Joe Boyle. How they can use them, we'll see. There's a lot that this team can get done before the deadline. But this is a critical series. If they can come out of this series, Timmy, 12 I'll take 12. I'll take, if you can get like plus 15, you can get 15 games over 500, and you're almost going to be at the halfway mark. Now, and I think they're going to add something at the deadline, whether it's going to be a hammer starter, a big bat. I think they desperately in need of a big bat because they've just got to get Junior some protection.
Mm-hmm.
He's seeing fewer strikes than anybody in baseball. They're just pitching around him every single chance they get. And the Rays are not helping by putting people behind him that just, are not. I'd rather see Aranda behind him or Yandy. Now Yandy's obviously doing a great job at the top, so you probably don't want to move him. But either Caminero in the 2-hole or in the 3-hole and Aranda behind him, I think is something that they really just got to stick with. And until I don't understand the analytics of not putting someone behind him that scares people. He came up yesterday with the bases loaded. There was nowhere to put him. And Ohtani had to pitch to him, and he smoked one down the third base line. Almost got it into the corner for a double. But can you just imagine if teams had to throw strikes to Junior Caminero, where he would be? They're not throwing strikes to him. He sees nothing. And that's going to ruin the kid.
Yeah, the hits that he's getting are all out of the strike zone.
Yeah,
he's not getting any in the strike zone.
No, I mean, and he knows that. And you talk about the pressure on a kid that's not only, wants to do good for his team. He's a conscientious player. He wants to be, the motor that makes the boat run. He wants to be that guy. Wants to stir the drink. And internationally, people are looking at him like, what's going on with Junior? We expect he'd have 20 home runs by now. And that pressure is there. And it's hard just to take your walks and take your walks. When you're an experienced player like Barry Bonds, you can do that. But when you're 22 years old, it's hard. So I don't want to ruin this kid. I think it's absolutely imperative that they go get a big bat that hopefully can play outfield and get it in there, because otherwise we're going to ruin Junior. So big weekend coming ahead.
Well, and we talked about a week ago when Judge got hurt in New York, and with the upcoming schedule for the Rays, you had a huge opportunity, depending on what New York did, how they survived, to extend this lead in the AL East. And all you've done is drop games that you shouldn't have and drop series that you shouldn't have. And now you're trailing. The Yankees in the last 10 have gone 8-2, while the Rays have gone 4-6. That's not what you wanted to see. And we even talked about some of the teams coming up should have been slump busters for this offense and for this pitching staff. But it hasn't been that way. And when you tinker in with the lineup like this over and over and over again, when the Rays were doing well, we sort of applauded the lineup. Oh, look, they're being creative. Cash is being creative. He's kind of mixing things up and throwing some different looks at the opposing pitching staff and blah, blah, blah. Well, now when you don't win games, it just looks stupid again. Yeah. And you're like, are the sick kids at the hospital doing the lineup again? And that's how it looks right now. And it's infuriating.
Yeah. As Kurt says, twice in 1 week, Mullins has had the bases loaded in the ninth with 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Game over. Yeah. By the way, welcome back from Budapest, Nathan. Nathan Elliott is back. Like, Nathan, I just can't see you in Budapest. Like, I'm having a hard time.
Where's Budapest? Is that like Maryland?
Oh, it's a beautiful. I've not been there, but it's a beautiful city. No, it's not in Maryland.
Is it Virginia?
Send us pictures, Nathan. I want to see great picures. It's one
Budapest.
of the most beautiful cities in the
world. A song called Budapest or something.
Probably.
Is that in Hungary? That's in Hungary, right?
Yeah. Okay. Airweed says Johnny DeLuca can't get here fast enough. Should be back this weekend for the National Series. Macy Jr. back to AAA. Yeah, Macy Jr. was a whole lot of nothing. What else we got here? Kurt Thorson says, now that I'm watching council and commission meetings, my algorithm has directed me to a Dallas City Council meeting where citizens gave City Council a ton lashing for allowing NBA, NHL to exit Dallas. Yeah.
That's right. Oh, they're hearing about it, man. Yeah, Dallas City. And technically, the Mavericks didn't leave Dallas. They left downtown Dallas, and they desperately wanted to keep them there. But it's there. It's not. It's the opposite of what you're getting in Tampa right now here in Dallas.
Yeah, I don't want to, threaten any council members or county commission members, but there's no need to. if you don't know that your political future is absolutely, there's no upside to it. There's no upside to, if you're the person that votes no and sends the team to Orlando, do you think that there's going to be a groundswell of voters who are going to go, oh yeah, man, that's the guy or the lady, that's the guy that saved us all that money. He saved us all that money, and I got my check. Oh, wait, no, they don't send you a check, do they? That's the guy who's protecting the taxpayers.
It's called a kickback.
I remember it well. I really voted against that stadium and sent the Rays to Orlando. Yeah. Yeah, there'll be about 5 or 6 of those, and there'll be about 5 or 6 million that are like, that's the guy that sent the Rays to Orlando. That's the guy. That's the woman. She's the one. She wants my vote. Get out of here. Trust me, they're never going to remember if you vote no. If you vote yes, they'll remember. They're going to remember all of it. Okay? You vote yes, you'll be in good company. You vote no, it'll be a stain on your political resume forever. It'll be the first thing that your opponent puts on TV. It's just, there's no upside to it from a political standpoint. None. Nobody's going to champion you for being a person of the people. It's not going to happen. It's all negative. Just just a little tidbit there. Just a bit of advice. Danny Boy says you have a fan of your show. Her name is Eileen Rodriguez, who's running against Wostall. She spoke very highly of you too, and she would love to be on your show. All right, we'll get her on, Danny Boy. I spoke to her and thinking on the stadium was the same as yours. She understands the benefits of this stadium and says that we cannot blow this once in a generational opportunity. Unfortunately, that she would not take office until next year. Yeah. So if this gets kicked down, the road, it'll be great to have her on the commission. But let's get her on there anyway. I mean, let's just get rid of Ostall, please. Get him the hell out of here. Rick says I have to use closed caption with British movies. Yeah, I do too.
Dude, I'm right there with
you.
I do
too. I do too. I'm like, Ash, I think we're going to need the closed caption on this one. What was the one with Pierce Brosnan? It's really good.
James Bond.
It was a mini series about a crime family in England, and it was really good.
Yeah. I know exactly. Yeah, and I had to watch that with the freaking
Tom Hardy's in it, I think, and he's got a thick accent. I can't understand a damn thing he's saying. That's a great show, though. It's so great, I don't even remember the name of it. Kirk says that yesterday's commission meeting, they discussed consequences of tax amendment passes. Tough decisions will have to be made, was echoed by Cohen and Bowles. Wostall said the other commissioners are being dramatic.
Mobland is the one.
Mobland, yes. Mobland. Yeah. Excellent show. Yeah. Again, with the property tax, it's really not going to kick in until 2029. And the first 4 years of the stadium money that's going from the county, it will end in 29 or 30. So there might be a 1 year overlap where they're going to have to make up. And that's if it passes. I'm not sure it's going to pass. And it may not even pass legal muster. There's being legal challenges to the property tax amendment as well. So I think you proceed, and it's most likely not going to pass. It'll be way too disruptive to counties and cities. But the counties and cities need to get their spending in line because it's doubled in 5 years, and that's ridiculous. Rick says, "Damn, Tim, how many Depends hearing aid and car shield commercials do you want to watch during the show?" Yeah,
dude, they're all over the place.
Yeah, and those shows for sure.
Kind of like those. Not gonna lie.
Airweed says there seems to be no trust factor from Cash when it comes to Cash with our starters. Other teams scores runs, and we take our starter out and onto the bullpen. Which has been awful this season. Well, I think part of that is also the fact you've got a bunch of damaged arms. Even Rasmussen. I mean, by this point we know he's good. But they still don't want to tax him too much with the 3 arm surgeries he's had. So. And then McClanahan obviously coming off injury. So they've got to protect him in that way. But, yeah, I think sometimes I would like the starters to get a little more leash, especially when your bullpen sucks. I mean, Shane would have got out of the inning. But he was, he's also struggling. But at this point, putting in the middle relievers is a crapshoot at best. Also, Danny Boyd said Rodriguez also told me she thinks the Rays deal will get done way before the property tax referendum in November. I agree with that. And I think they've got the votes to get it done in mid-July. So let's see it happen. And you, as a politician, I'll tell you this. There might be some backlash if you vote yes, but it'll be temporary. It'll be very, very temporary. The same squawky people will yell and scream, and in a week or two, it'll all go away. And then when the shovels go in the dirt, everybody will freak out in a positive way. And when it starts to build, and the construction people are hired, and the cash starts coming in. I mean, that's $2.3 billion to build the stadium. And people act like that's some type of public gift. Like we're giving 2.3. No, they're spending 1.3. We're spending a little under $1 billion. And all that money, a vast majority of that money stays right here in our community, in our economy, in construction. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. It's not like we're giving the money. And that's what everybody says. Oh, we're giving the money to the Rays. No, we're giving the money to the construction people who work here and in jobs that are sorely needed. And we're not giving it. They're earning it. Airweed, we are not playing small ball as much as we were before. Let's go back to small ball and win some games again. Agreed. We've kind of gone away from that for whatever reason. Although we had a nice bunt by Taylor Walls the other day, but I'd like to see more. Kurt says Dodgers are a definitive all-star team, 2-tier league, salary cap coming. Yeah, and you played them all to one-run games. I mean, I don't look. You can get swept, and your head can go down, and I get all that. But with the Dodgers at their park, all one-run games, I take some solace from that.
Yeah.
Kurt said during Saturday's game with the family, my 22-month-old son and I will be doing tarps off after some time in the maintenance decks. I love it. Nathan said he had a wonderful time in Budapest. So my picks. Airweed says Cash keeps effing with the lineup again, and here we are losing again. We win when the lineup stays the same for the most part. One game you get Simpson as first hitter, the next game he's playing behind Junior. Yeah, I don't get it. I do not get it. Tim says Budapest is beautiful. The people are wonderful. Food was fantastic. The memories are priceless. Yeah, I want to go.
That's really Hungary, bad. Right?
Yeah, it's pretty sure.
Okay.
That's one of my bucket list cities. Over there, the whole it's Eastern Europe, just beautiful. Some incredible cities and architecture. Man, you guys, if you have not traveled to Europe, especially, you go around those cities, and every block there's another incredibly historic building. They don't just knock shit down because it's cheaper to do it like we do. We just, there's a beautiful historic building. Well, let's knock it down. It's cheap.
Well, our stuff's not as old as their stuff either.
Yeah, but also we don't. Yes, you know why it's not as old? Because we knock everything down.
We don't keep it.
We don't keep it. We just knock it down and put up the same effing building 100 times over, and
they all look the same. Yeah, they all
look the same because they don't want to design anything new. That's too expensive.
No wonder the Europeans keep getting lost when they come over for the World Cup. All our buildings look the same.
Exactly. This city looks just like the last one I was at. What the hell? Yeah, they do. Wait, it's the same signs everywhere. It is. Yeah.
I mean, for like 50 years, all our stadiums look the same.
Yeah. There's dual purpose crappy. Atlanta, Cincinnati, Oakland, Pittsburgh all had that shitty dual purpose round.
St. Louis.
Oh my God, St. Louis. Yeah, it was. Oh God, there was almost awful stadium era ever. And then somebody built Camden Yards, and we all went, "Oh, look at that!"
So Camden Yards and the ballpark in Arlington here opened the same year in '94.
Yeah, beautiful ballpark. Yeah, and that was the new trend, right? And everybody was raving about it. And then Tropicana Field opened in 1998.
They're gonna buck that trend. Hey, y'all, watch this.
Mm-hmm. We're putting up a spaceship.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So I'm watching the US Open, JP.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know who that was. It Graham McDowell just putted the ball. It was probably a 20-foot putt into the wind. It got almost to the hole, I thought it was going to roll in. It stopped for a second, and then it blew about 3 feet backwards. The wind blew it.
Yes.
It's incredible to watch. I love this.
All right, we got to take a break. Scott Reynolds is on deck. I sent his link to the wrong email. Way to go, dumbass.
Scott Reynolds at jppeterson.org.
What a dumbass I am. Golly. Dumbass! Who's got the lead right now?
Nicholas, not Jack.
Nicholas?
2 under, 3 through 6. Who is this guy?
I don't know.
Familiar with who he is. McElroy's. You got to contend. You have 4 guys at 1 under. Who is this Nicholas guy? I don't know who that is. I'll have to look that up.
All right, you do that. All right, we'll take a quick break. We're brought to you by Genesis of Tampa. By the way, free gasoline till October if you buy a new car. How about that? Dale Gasolina, I think is what Orestes says on his spot. Yeah. I know I butchered that. Best to tell you this, that GV70, the car that everybody's talking about, the midsize SUV, I got one, and it is phenomenal, folks. The absolute incredible blend of value, speed, performance, luxury, dependability. It's all there in this beautifully built Genesis car, genesisoftampa.com. You can go to Bears Avenue, 801 East Bears Avenue, and see all the great cars. Do a test drive this weekend. Free gasoline till October. Back in 3. Pitch Roofing believes giving back is part of doing business the right way. That's why they proudly offer exclusive discounts to those who gave the most to our communities, including veterans, first responders, seniors, and teachers. And for listeners of the JP Peterson Show, there's even more good news. Pitch Roofing is now offering a special discount just for fans of the show. With so many roofing companies coming and going in Florida, it's important to choose a contractor you can count on long after the job is done, especially when it comes to honoring your warranty. Pitch Roofing is built for the long haul with a reputation for quality, transparency, and standing behind their work. Whether it's a repair or a full replacement, their team delivers honest guidance, quality workmanship, and no high-pressure sales. Call 727-67-PITCH, 727-677-4824, or visit pitchroofing.com to schedule a free estimate.
Pitch roofing, roofing done right.
Big thanks to Italiano Insurance, the great folks over there. They will soon be part of Gallagher Insurance. A little name change, but same great folks, same great customer service you've known for over 65 years. They do all the work. You save all the money. ItalianoInsurance.com at 813-877-7799. Hey, guys, you already know that Riveters is the best sports bar in all of Tampa Bay, but now it gets even better for Rays baseball season. During all Rays games, check this out, $6 Tito's, $6 Jack, $6 margaritas, all during Rays games. Are you kidding me? And that's always a great pour from the great bartenders at Riveters. Great service, great food, everything is fresh, nothing is frozen. And let me tell you, if you want baseball and wings, you will not find any better than Riveters. Their sauces, like the blue cheese and the ranch and everything, is handmade, and the wings are big and they're perfect. Wings, baseball, Rays, Riveters. It all comes together during baseball season. Once again, in addition to all the great food and service you get, $6 Tito's, $6 Jacks, $6 margaritas. It's time to celebrate. Baseball season is back, and celebrate at Riveters. You know where it is, right there on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of the stadium. See you there at Riveters. Hey, the Golden Diamond Source wants to be your family jeweler, so don't wait any longer to find that one-of-a-kind perfect engagement ring for that special someone in your life. At the Golden Diamond Source, they can design anything you want personally. The Golden Diamond Source can help you trade in your old broken jewelry and use it towards a new purchase as well. And with gold prices at record high, now is the best time to do it. They only sell natural diamonds at the Golden Diamond Source, so if it's a real love, it should be a real natural diamond. Don't start your relationship with a fake diamond. Bad idea. And with the Golden Diamond Source first-time buyer program, you can learn all about the 4 C's in all the different shapes and styles. And they are able to show you a huge selection of inventory to choose from. And don't forget, 0% financing for up to 5 years. If you finance $5,000, it's only $83 a month. Make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source diamond, 3800 Almerton Road, always online at goldendiamond.com.
It's a love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
Hey, Hey, JP here for Genesis of Tampa and the Murphy Auto Group. I think the best way to experience a business is to use that business. And I just did at Genesis of Tampa. Just bought a GV70, a 2023, and it feels and drives all new. It's an absolutely fantastic car. The technology, the comfort, and the price, absolutely outstanding. Frankly, I never thought I could get into a car like this, but they made me a deal I could not refuse. And I also get the VIP service where you can just drive right up, their pit stop service. They'll top off all the fluids, make sure your air in your tires is good, new wipers if you want them. If you need extended service, they will come to you, bring you a courtesy car, and then bring your car back. What more do you want? The experience was just VIP all the way. And you can get that at Genesis of Tampa. And don't forget, you can get extended warranty, which I did. So I have worry-free miles up to 100,000, and all they do is just take it in. Actually, I don't have to take it in. They come to me. It's perfect. It's Genesis of Tampa right there, 801 East Bears Avenue, right off of 275. Go see them and tell them JP sent you.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show. As I finally realized how to work my email, and I got Scott a link. So let's welcome in. Without further ado, he is the face that runs the place at Pewter Report, the great Scott Reynolds, who's been sweating it out at OTAs. And
yes,
and Scotty, I think we'd like to take a moment right now to
yes.
both of us to sincerely thank our head coach Todd Bowles.
That's
for
right.
Keeping you and me out of the heat today.
That's
and here
right.
we are in our beautiful air-conditioned studio.
Yes.
Thanks, man. I think I'm going to play better this weekend because I got an extra day's rest. So let's see how that works out. I think my golf game's going to be better since I had an extra day's rest. I'll report back to you.
Yeah, I can tan by my pool in the backyard rather than get a tan watching practice and sweating. So, yeah, I mean, listen, the Buccaneers did get a lot done. I know that there's some fans, especially on the heels of kind of like our reporting about how the team had all those walkthrough practices last year. They're like, he's going easy on the team. I'll say this, man. The tempo that these new coaches set in practice, I mean, Todd's the ringleader, so it's really his tempo for practice. But it looked like training camp when it was really OTAs, just minus the pads. I mean, they really got a lot done. Just here's an example. Like Danny Smith comes in, the new special teams coordinator. There is no grass growing under his feet. He has balls to the wall. Okay. And so he had 6 return men. And this was a quasi, was it punt, was it kick return? It was basically like sending 3 special teams would-be tacklers down to corral and tag, because you can't tackle, a guy that catches the ball, right? So it's either punt or kick, right? So they roll through, and there's like a big clock out there you can see how much time is left in the practice period. They rolled through 6 guys. We're talking like, Cam Johnson, Sean Tucker, 6 different return specialists with 3 guys coming down, like boom, 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 boom. 6 guys in 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Like that's how fast the tempo was. It was like, catch the ball, run. The 3 guys come down, they corral, they touch off the field. The next group's up. Yep. Like that's breakneck pace. That's 6 different units, if you will, done in 45 seconds of clock time. Yeah. So that's just how much work they've gotten in. They've done a lot. And this has been a very pleasant surprise for me, because I was on record saying Todd Bowles should be fired, that this team had gotten stale at the end of the year, which it just felt stale.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
No energy, just, getting behind early in games, not closing games out. It just was a stale football team during that 2-7 stretch. It is anything but stale now. It is energetic. It is upbeat. There's been no sulking from last year. There's been so many new faces that have come in that I think have brought some new blood, some new energy. Everybody, all the newcomers hit the ground running. They've assimilated well with the team. Attendance was higher than it's ever been.
Yeah. And
that's crazy when you have this many new faces coming in. But like Todd Bowles said, instead of having, 4 to 5 guys absent on a regular basis from OTAs, it's been like 2 guys, Vita Vea and Al-Quadin Muhammad. Otherwise, pretty much full capacity. You're not going to find that around the league. This is different what's happening this offseason in Tampa. And it's got me encouraged. I mean, ultimately, we'll see on Sundays, but I don't know if the offseason workouts, the OTAs could have gone any better for the Buccaneers than they did. And it's been a pleasant surprise.
I would agree with a lot of that. And I feel like I said a lot of that last year. I said a lot of that during training camp. And then they went out and started 6-2, and I was like, damn, we're right. We're right. Yep. I told you this was going to be a great team, and then the flop. So I feel almost a little hesitant, you know.
Yeah, it's fine to have some cautious optimism. That's totally
but we understand. But we understand why. At least I think, and you can opine here as well. What happened, you know? But I do put a lot of it on Todd Bowles. I put a lot of that collapse on Todd Bowles. The offensive line being injured. They got away with it early until people figured it out. Yeah. And then that's the league, right? And you didn't have an adjustment, or you didn't make an adjustment. Whatever it was, they couldn't make adjustments in the second half. The interior of that line was awful. Yeah. And Baker got beat up. He couldn't play as well as he could. It led to all that. And then the defense absolutely collapsed. The defense absolutely collapsed in the latter part of the season. They couldn't hold leads. They couldn't keep people out of the end zone. The red zone defense was awful. And I put that on.
Pass rush was non-existent, you know. And
pass rush was non-existent.
And listen, Jason Light has to bear some of this responsibility, right? He's in charge of stocking the roster. And when they lost David Walker, they're like, okay, well, you know, we have Hassan Reddick. We brought him in. Chris Braswell, second-round pick. We just need him to step up. Neither one of those moves happened. And Diaby was right at what he said at the end of the season, which is, I felt like I was out there by myself.
Yeah.
When Kalijah Kancey was out, Vita Vea was getting double-teamed. Yaya was getting, extra bodies on him, chips from tight ends and backs.
Yeah. And the four-man pass rush was absolutely
non-existent.
Completely ineffective.
Yeah. And when Yaya wasn't on the field on third down, you had Chris Braswell and Anthony Nelson, and it's like, good luck. I mean, no quarterback was scared. No offensive coordinator was like, oh no, what are we going to do now? It's 3rd and 8.
Anthony Nelson coming off the edge.
Right. Yeah. So this year though, think about this. Ruben Bain and Yaya Diaby, they're on the field at the starters. When they come off and they need a breather, now you're going to have Al-Quadin Muhammad and David Walker. And that's head and shoulders above Braswell and Nelson. And I don't think Braswell makes the team this year anyways.
I don't either.
So it's night and day. The defensive tackles, they had Elijah Roberts last year. He was having to play some 3 technique tackle. He was a 4-3 defensive end at SMU, learning to play inside on the fly in place of Kalijah Kancey. Now they have Nacho, Ashawn Robinson. They just drafted DeMonte Capehart. Jason Jones looks like a monster. They're so well.
How about Jeffrey Simmons?
Tackle down. Or Elijah Simmons. Yeah, he's huge.
Simmons,
so the depth is there. And I think Jason Light realized, did not equip this team as much as needed. And they rolled the dice on Hassan Reddick. They thought that the Jets, Hassan was an aberration. It turned out to be, they got the Jets Hassan in Tampa last year. He's done. He's cooked. He's not another team. He's lost a step at 31, and they swung and missed badly.
And we don't think Al-Quadin Muhammad is him, because he doesn't have the same track record of quitting. And he's also a much bigger body and a much, just seeing him in that 97, it gives me a little chill. I'm going to say, because they're a little bit the same body type, but with Simeon Rice, but he's not Simeon Rice, but
I mean,
the part.
Here, and if something happens to Diaby, if he sprains an ankle, or Ruben Bain, they miss a game or two, I'm fine with him starting. I'm fine with him coming in and starting opposite the other one. And then you have David Walker coming off the bench. That's fine. So it was Todd Bowles to a degree, for sure. I mean, he's the coach. It's his responsibility. It's his defense. But Jason Light also, too. I mean, course correction this offseason. He stockpiled defensive linemen, stockpiled outside linebackers, and I think this team's going to be better for it. The biggest thing, though, with Todd Bowles is, and again, we've all seen the hot starts. Like this team has started 2-0 every year under Todd Bowles, right? And that's great. And let's hope that happens again this year. It should, right? You've got the Bengals in week 1, the Browns in week 2. That should be a 2-0 start again. This is the year. Have to. It's an absolute must. Get rid of the 4-game losing streaks.
Yep.
Because that has prevented even like a really, really good Buccaneer team in 2024 from becoming great.
Yep.
Because they were 10 wins and they had that 4-game losing streak, and you win 2 of those, and all of a sudden, like you're 12 wins.
But this comes, the 4-game losing streaks to me are a lot about coaching and game plans.
It is, yes.
And from week to week, you have, because of injuries, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have holes that develop. All right. You got to adjust each week. You have to adjust. How are we going to make do with this? Blah, 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 blah. And great coaches know how to adjust. Yeah. They know how to adjust. And this is something I think Bowles really, really struggles with.
Yeah.
Is making those adjustments from week to week, from quarter to quarter, from game to game. And that's what I see. I mean, late in games, obviously his game management has been terrible.
Well,
they were 2-6 in 1-score games.
Yeah, when you say game to game, right? It's like what happened between that Thursday night game and then the next week at Carolina, right? That Thursday night game, the Bucs scored 28 points on offense, 4 touchdowns. Like, I'll take 28 points every week.
Yeah.
Right. If you just said, here's the schedule, and we're going to just like simulate all of the games, but we're going to give you 28 points. Sign me up right now, because that's a top that's a top 5 probably, but at least a top 7 offense, like for sure.
Right.
So they scored 28 points against the Falcons on Thursday Night Football. Fortunately, the Falcons scored 29, right? But the passing game was clicking, right? Mike came back, had 100 yards. Jalen McMillan came back. He looked good. Godwin scored a touchdown. I mean, like, the passing game was rolling, and you finally had J-Mac and Mike back to help Chris and Emeka.
Right.
And then for some stupid reason, Todd Bowles went into Josh Grizzard's office and said, we're going to run the ball against Carolina
30 times.
Like, if the passing game had crapped the bed the week before, maybe there's some trepidation. Like, okay, well, we tried to pass the ball. It didn't really work. We lost the Falcons 29-14. Let's try running the ball. Let's lean into Bucky a little bit more. But there was no reason to do that coming off the heels.
Well, yeah, there is to keep your defense.
It's not like Carolina has this wicked pass rush or this tremendous secondary, but like there was this formulaic thing. Like, well, if we run the ball 30 times, we're going to win. You didn't.
Yeah.
And it just didn't make any sense. If you didn't have Mike and J-Mac, and you walked in there with Chris and Mecca, who was kind of fading towards the end of the year because he was tired, and Bucky's back. All right, lean into that. But that's the stuff you're talking about, JP, with Todd Bowles and the game planning and the game management. Like that contributed big time to that loss.
Yeah, and this is why, the day off in the grand scheme of things. Listen, with Zach Robinson, who's installing a new offense and then talking to all the offensive players, nobody's going, oh, this is easy and we picked it up. They're all like, every day's it's a new one install, and it's a new thing. Yeah. You think he would have waited one more day on the grass? I do.
I'm of the opinion.
Especially when you had a practice already docked in the NFL. Yeah. You only get so many, and there's not a whole lot of it. Right. And to me, it's a culture thing. It's like there are coaches out there like every moment we get, we're going to be detailed and we're going to be on it. I want as many reps as possible, and that's a culture thing. Todd Bowles' culture is, I think we did enough. I feel good about it. Take the day off. I freaking hate that. I hate it. I don't like it. I'm sorry.
I agree with you.
It's not about the day. It's about the culture. And to me, Todd Bowles is too much. It's Thanksgiving. Take it off.
I agree with you because I'm of the same opinion. Me personally,
yes,
you can't practice enough. Right?
Exactly.
Like, you're always chasing perfection. You're never going to get perfection.
Right.
But you always chase it. And the more of the better. At the same time, the reason why, and I can understand that two things can be true. I agree with you, and I want that, and that's how I see it. What I'm telling you is from the team's perspective, and I can see this too. And I've heard this. We've had Elijah Roberts, we had Zion McCollum, we had some Bucs players on our podcast that said the workouts that they've had under new strength coach Chad Wade, they've been grueling. They have been almost military style stuff that you would harken back to college days, right? Where you're running so much, they have trash cans and you're throwing up, at the end of your sprints. Like, it's been grueling. And even Todd Bowles said the other day yesterday when he was asked about that, and I think Rick Stroud said, are you kind of like, making sure that you're not running these guys too much? And he says, actually, we've been running them even more. We're leaning into running more strengthen the hamstring so we don't have the hamstring issues. And I remember Tony Mayberry, great Buccaneer center, 3-time Pro Bowler, the most decorated offensive lineman in Bucs history before Tristan Wirfs came, right? He was the architect of all start up the gut, right, during those days, because Tony Mayberry was the center. And I remember him coming to training camp a couple of years ago. I want to say maybe like 2018, 2019, when Bruce and Todd first came here. And this was like the alumni day. And he said, "Oh man, I came on the wrong day." And I said, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Yeah, they have this alumni thing, but they're not really like hitting and tackling today." I'm like, "Yeah, they are." And he's like, "What do you mean?" I said, "It's not like when you played, Tony, when there were 2-a-days and they had the live
goal line. Remember goal line period?
12 plays of
holy
full on helmet to helmet cracking, take him to the ground. Absolutely. Yeah. Where you had Allstott and Dunn back in the Tony Dungy was doing it. Yep. John Gruden was doing it. But those days are long gone. And I remember Tony saying that, it's like the players have it easy today because there's no 2 days and all that. But the thing is he's like, I just don't. And I mean, and I'm sure there were some players that missed time. My memory is gone. I can't remember what happened in 96, 97, 98, right? But at the same time, JP, and you were here for a good part of the Dungy and Gruden years, I don't remember nearly as many soft tissue injuries or whatever from those teams. And what Tony said is those training camp practices, the 2-a-days, it would callous you and harden your body to where you just didn't get hurt. It's almost counterintuitive a little bit. But I think Todd Bowles is leaning into that with this strength and conditioning. Chad Wade is saying, we're going to go harder. We're going to go more. We're going to ask more. We're going to push our bodies to the limit so that when the season gets here, they're not taxed as much. It's easier. Yes. And I think that is why Todd Bowles has been a little bit more lenient with some of these days off, because they're putting so much in physically with those conditioning days.
But that's counterproductive. It's like, we're going to work harder, but I'm giving you more days off. I don't get it.
They're working harder, and I'm not talking about the OTA practices, because, for example, like on Mondays, they report. There's no practice per se, but they're in the classroom, and they're doing like sprints and weight room stuff and all of that. So that's like at the Chad Wade day is like on Mondays, even though the on-field stuff, like we get to watch practice on Tuesdays, and they have Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, but they're still in the building on Mondays and typically Fridays, doing their weight room and their conditioning stuff. And it has been grueling. So I think that's the reasoning why, whether you and I agree with it or not.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's why, because the off-season workouts, the conditioning has been really ramped up and more intense.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Last week, we heard from Baker about his contract. And I think we both seen both interviews, and there is at least to me, there's a difference in his tone, with the organization, in my opinion. Vita Vea holding in as well. He was out there, but he's not. So you got two huge players, arguably your two most important players, by the way, that are in contract disputes. This is not Camp Kumbaya, as I dubbed it last year, at all. Where guys are taking less money and everybody's rowing in the same direction. And we all said it. There's just no drama here at all. Well, it led to a great start, but not a great finish. And so I look at this team right now, and it's a different dynamic. It's very much more about business. It's like, I'm going to get my contract deal done. We're far apart. It just feels totally different. And I'm saying to myself, maybe it's not a bad thing, because last year it was everybody was rolling in the right direction. They didn't get it done for whatever reasons. We talked about it, but it just feels different. How do you look at this organization now as we head into this season? These two big contracts are up in the air, and there's more to come, by the way.
Sure. There always is. Yeah.
Let's look at from 40,000 feet. Where do you see this organization right now? What is their plan for the future? Are they dumping these two guys and going to get younger, or are they going to dig in and build around them?
I think they're going to build around Baker. Vita kind of remains to be seen. Let's talk about Baker first real quick. So if you're Baker Mayfield, you're entering a contract year. Fans, should you be worried about that? I don't think so, because of two things. Number one, Baker Mayfield is a guy who likes pressure anyways. right? He loves the chip on the shoulder. He loves the pressure moments. He actually plays pretty well in pressure situations. Look at the Seattle game, for example. That was a shootout going head-to-head with a very hot quarterback and a hot team in Seattle, and they edged him 38-35. Baker Mayfield was under far more pressure in 2023 when he came here. He was this close to being Jameis Winston and Marcus Mariota, which is a former franchise quarterback, first or second overall, that is now relegated to career backup status. He was this close.
Yep.
He, in a 12-month calendar year, went from being a Brown to a Panther to a Ram to a Buccaneer. That is the definition of being a journeyman. When you have been in 4 teams in 1 year, you're a journeyman. And he had to, for the sake of his career, take a 1-year, $4 million deal. And he had to. This was his do or die moment. Become a franchise quarterback again. And he did. 3 years, $100 million. And even though he was the best quarterback in the NFC South at the time, when he signed that deal, he was still only the 3rd highest paid quarterback behind Kirk Cousins and behind Derek Carr. And to his credit, he could have easily gone to the Buccaneers after that 41 touchdown, 4,500 yards, 71.4% completion percentage when he became a 2-time Pro Bowler in Tampa and said, hey, I want more money. I'm the best quarterback in the NFC South. Make me the highest quarterback in the NFC South. Give me a pay raise. He didn't, to his credit. And the Buccaneers saw that and rewarded him by saying, hey, Baker, we appreciate you not increasing our salary cap spend by asking for more money. So we're going to guarantee the last year of your deal. So you're fully guaranteed. And Baker was cool with that. Since he signed his deal in 2023, Baker Mayfield has seen 2 explicit things happen. Number one, he has seen Mike Evans, the franchise guy, have to play in a contract year twice because he was also in a contract year that season in 2023. And he signed a 2-year deal after that. And then he also saw Mike have to play in a contract year this past season. And what did he see? He saw the Buccaneers reward Mike handsomely with a fair market deal. And then he also saw the Buccaneers willing to pay Mike more than Mike took in San Francisco. Number 2, he saw a Super Bowl winner, defensive captain, Antoine Winfield Jr., be forced to play out his contract year. And what did he do? He balled out, all pro. The Buccaneers didn't make him the highest paid safety. They made him the highest paid defensive back for a minute until he got passed by somebody else. So Baker has seen this team be incredibly fair. If you go out and play in that contract year and you ball out, the Blazers will open up the checkbook. So he's seen that. Number 2, this will be his 3rd contract with the Buccaneers. He's already dealt with Mike Greenberg twice. He's already dealt with Jason Light twice. He has obviously found both of those contracts before to be very fair. He has no reason to believe that at the end of the day, they're going to be fair again. He's seen it from what they've done with Mike and Antoine. He's seen it with what they did with him with the 3-year, $100 million deal. He's also heard, because I asked the question to Joel Glazer out in Phoenix, Arizona, Joel, are you willing to open up the checkbook and pay Baker Mayfield at least $50 million, because that's the going rate for really good franchise quarterbacks? That is twice what you paid Tom Brady, because Brady made $25 million. Are you prepared to do that? And Joel Glazer's answer was, yes, we love Baker Mayfield. Now, he didn't commit to what that dollar is going to be. Is it 50, 53, 55? Who knows? But the answer was, yeah, we're willing to pay the guy. So if you're Baker, there's no pressure. You're either going to get paid $50 million.
Well,
or
Scott,
you're going to be making more than that.
Scott, if he goes out and tears his knee up, one play,
right?
What's his salary for next year?
Probably not 50, but but you know what? It's.
Do you think they're gonna honor his contract?
45. Of course they will.
Oh,
and I'll
no
tell you
way.
why.
There's
He
no
has
way.
seen.
I disagree.
He has seen Chris Godwin twice. Well, he's only seen it once, but it's happened to Chris Godwin twice. Chris Godwin has gotten a catastrophic knee and ankle injury in 2 contract years, and Jason Light has paid him just about top market value, or the higher end of the market value.
That's true.
2
That's
times.
true.
So one of those is before
he's
Baker
playing
got
to
here.
see if
One of those is when the last time Chris had his deal up, which was what, 2024.
We remember all that.
Yeah.
But the point is, if he gets a catastrophic injury, he's got no guarantees past this year, and I think that's why Baker is pissed, especially since this was a low ball offer. Now, I think that, Baker's agent probably wants 220 guaranteed. I think their Bucs probably offered 140 guaranteed.
Sure.
And the length of the contract is going to be probably the biggest sticking point.
Yeah.
But I think it's somewhere around 100. If they offer him 180 million guaranteed before
over
training
how many
camp,
years?
over 4 years.
Okay.
With a fifth year option,
Right.
5-year contract, 180 guaranteed. Average AAV around 50 million. If Baker balls out this year, can he get more in the open market? Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
But 180 million guaranteed, as opposed to playing the season for zero guarantee.
Yeah,
he better sign that deal. He better sign, and I think that would be a good deal for the Bucs and Baker Mayfield.
I think the Bucs are okay with him playing his contract year out, because I also think too there is a curiosity level with the Buccaneers. Because
do you think that's good strategy
for the Buccaneers? Yes, absolutely, because of what you just said. Like if there's a catastrophic knee or shoulder injury that could affect his 2027 season. Because here's the thing, we always think about, all right, there's a knee injury, like he's out for the year. When does that happen? Is that Cody Malkin in week 2, or is that like a week 16 injury?
Yeah,
where he's going to be missing pretty much the whole 2027, and you're looking for a quarterback for next year to be.
Listen, it totally favors the Bucs. I get that strategy for the Bucs. Yeah. I just don't think it's the right strategy.
I don't think it's the right strategy, because I want to see Baker come out of this with with some fairness too. Yes. But at the same time, again, they love Baker. They have rolled the dice twice, and honestly, I'm okay with the knee injury thing. When Chris was younger, they rolled the dice on a 29-year-old Chris Godwin after broken and absolutely messed up ankle injury, and they paid him like more than Mike. Okay,
yeah, I know.
So again, if you're Baker Mayfield and you're looking at all of the evidence because here's the whole thing. Whenever you sign a deal, your first inclination is, I don't want to get screwed, right? That's the whole thing. I don't want to get screwed in this deal. That's the first inclination. Second inclination is this a good deal? In other words, am I going to be really happy with this? Am I going to profit from this, right? But it's always, what's the floor and where's the ceiling? But the first thing you look at is the floor. You got to protect yourself, right? Am I going to get screwed in this deal? And I just look at the evidence, which is this would be his third contract as a Buccaneer. He has seen them treat players that do ball out, let's say Baker balls out and is healthy, with top of the market contracts. And then the third thing is he has also personally witnessed the belief in Chris Godwin to not just once but twice get handsomely rewarded, even though coming off of a catastrophic injury that would probably see his production in the next season greatly reduced than it was last year. So I don't know what's going to happen. I think the Buccaneers would be fine with doing a deal that they like before training camp. If the Buccaneers don't like the deal, I think they're perfectly fine with putting it off until February and having a very motivated Baker Mayfield go out and try to recapture the numbers from the 2024 season. Yeah. Because that's the other thing too. There's a big difference, not just people. We sit here and we think, all right, what just the difference is like 3 to 5 million. Like, who cares, right? Because what's the difference between 50 and 53 or 50 and 55? It's a lot when you're talking about long-term implications, because $3 million. Yeah. I mean, Bucky Irving's making about $1.5 million this year. So that's like 2 Bucky Irvings. Like that, like it's not just chump change. It's money you can pay other players with. But the thing is if I'm Tampa Bay, Baker threw 28 touchdowns in his first season in 2023. It was like a fringe Pro Bowler. Made the Pro Bowl as an alternate. The next year, 41 touchdowns. Yeah. Right. And 10 wins.
The real OC.
All that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Last year, 26 touchdowns. Which Baker Mayfield am I going to get? Am I going to get good Baker or great Baker? Because great Baker got me 10 wins and into the playoffs. Granted, they lost the Commanders, but
an experienced OC will get him to 35.
I agree. And probably, and I would say at least 35 touchdowns and 3,500 yards, right? I mean, maybe probably 4,000, but yeah, I think 35 is a good number. And if he does, and we're averaging, for a top 5 offense again, like, pay the guy, Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I see with Vita Vea, I think Vita Vea is fine getting a pay bump. I think take him from 18 to 21, 22. And then he shows up, he's happy, he plays.
How many years?
No. Just you increase his pay this year. You give him a pay raise. You say you're playing the
contract. 1-year deal?
Nope. It's Yeah, it's a 1-year deal, meaning not an extension. We're going to pay you more money this year. We're going to give you a raise in your contract year. We'll see how you perform, because the danger zone for him is he's 31 years old. Now, will he take it? I don't know. I would offer Vita, I would say, we'll give you a 1-year extension and we'll give you an immediate pay bump for this year. I don't think Vita will take that. I think Vita wants one more multi-year deal before he has to go that Rondé Barber, Levante David, 1 year route, right?
Yeah.
But I think he wants at least
That's a tough one, though, right? At 31 and his size on his legs. Now, I would look at Ndamukong Suh, who was the aberration, who was very productive into his mid to late 30s, and that is not the norm for defensive tackles, especially really big ones.
That's right.
But he's training with Suh,
Yeah.
And he's been lighter and played better and been more durable the last 2 or 3 years.
Games for the first time in his career last year, and played more snaps.
Never been better. Never been better, in my opinion. So does he have 3 or 4? Because I'll pay that dude whatever he wants if he has 3 or 4 good years left in him. But we don't know that.
We don't know
history tells us no. Yeah. That's a big gamble. It's a big gamble. And I'm not sure they're willing to take at this point, but what do you do? If you're Jason Light, what do you do?
I think Vita wants at least 2 years. I think he ideally wants 3. I mean, who doesn't? Who doesn't want that long-term security, especially at the end, right, with guaranteed money? I think Vita's either going to get a raise this year and then play the contract year out, or I think they'll try to offer Vita a raise and then a 1-year extension and see if he does that. I feel comfortable with that. I wouldn't do 2 more years onto this, meaning he's already under contract for 2026, and then you're extending him through 2028. I wouldn't do that. I think that's a little risky, because now you're looking at 33-year-old Vita Vea, and there's no crystal ball. Jason, I would love one.
They've got some really big decisions to make that will, literally change the direction of the franchise, depending on how these guys perform and how much money it is. So, but if you're a glass half full guy, and I am, I try to keep this core together as long as I can. I don't want to go chasing a franchise quarterback in the draft, because guess what? You've never done it. You're not going to do it. You get the best guy coming out in 27. He ain't going to be as good as Baker until at least 28 or 29. Of course, absolutely. So I want to secure Baker as soon as I can. I think just to clear his mind.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because you deal with fans just like I do.
Yeah.
There is a contingent of Bucs fans, and it's not the majority. And I don't know if it's 5%, 10%, 15, 20, 25. I don't know what the number is. That just don't believe Baker Mayfield is going to take this team to the Super Bowl and win it. But I will say this. To me, and this team does not have a Super Bowl ready defense. They don't, right? But
not right now, no.
But Baker Mayfield is a better quarterback than Brad Johnson is, in terms of a physical presence, in terms of what you're looking for in a quarterback, and
arm talent.
Yeah, there's no disrespect towards Brad, because Brad was the right quarterback at the right time for the right team.
Yeah,
he was. The bull was the bull, and he was perfect.
He was not a number 1 overall pick.
Absolutely. He was perfect for John Gruden's offense for this team. On a team full of egos, Brad had none. And that's what you needed, right, from that position. But if Brad Johnson can do it, and let's not forget, that offense was a slow burn in 2002. That's why Gruden challenged the defense to get 9 defensive touchdowns.
Yeah, because he
knew the offense is going to take a long time to gel, because people can say, Gruden won with Dungy's team. Go look at the roster. I think the better comp is Sam Darnold.
If Sam Darnold can do it, Baker Mayfield can do it.
I agree. And again, the Seahawks had that great defense. If this Bucs defense can get there, even to like a 2020 level, right?
It's not a stretch to say Baker Mayfield can get 30 points a game, right? Because we saw it in 24. And with an offensive coordinator who's almost exactly the same as you have this year. I mean, if you're predicting and using, history as a guide, which is what you should do in predictions, don't try to pull something out of your ass. You saw the guy do it. Go replicate it. And that's exactly what I expect this year. Something close to that. And if you can get to 20, you can get a running game, number 1, get that running game back in the top 5. That sets up everything. It helps your defense. It helps your offense. It helps everything. That offensive line stays healthy. I think it could be better, because Gainwell's a better runner than Rachaad White.
Agreed.
And Gainwell, and you've said it, and I've said it, and after watching him out there for 3 days, that dude is going to be probably the number 1 playmaker for the Bucs next year.
It
He's
very well
going to
could
get
be.
a lot of touches.
The wide receiving core is it's younger, but in terms of talent, it's more diverse than what John Gruden had to work with, right?
Yep.
Because you had Keyshawn, who was kind of slow-footed possession guy. Jared Vicious, kind of the same way. Keenan McCardell, not a fleet of foot, but
great route runner.
Kind of like the Chris Godwin back then. But even without Mike, this wide receiving core has the potential to be better than what Gruden had, right? Winning a Super Bowl. Now,
100%.
Is it as good or better than younger Mike, younger Chris, AB, and Gronk? I'm not ready to say that.
No,
but it's in between those two Super Bowl champions, right?
Yeah.
So if it can rest in between, better than 2002 with Gruden and Brad Johnson, but not as good as Brady and the Fab Four out there. If it can rest in between those two, and I'm not saying the Bucs defense needs to be. It didn't have the Hall of Famers that the 2002 unit had, right? The best defense in Bucs history. Right. But maybe it can get close to the 2020 defense that had some pretty good playmakers, right? Only one Pro Bowler on that defense, the Jason Pierre-Paul in 2020. Yeah. That's crazy to believe. But if it can get close to the 2020 level, I think that you can win a Super Bowl with a great offense and a really good defense. Because
and we'll wrap it up with this. And the X factor is
special
Todd
teams.
Bowles. That's special teams. Yeah, but it's how Todd.
Yes,
it's how Todd manages the games.
Yes, yeah,
and manages the team.
They've got to stop the 4-game losing streak.
Yeah,
like you can't have that. That
he
has got to find a way.
Yep.
He's got to find some buttons to press because there are some danger spots on the schedule. There's like two little junctures in that schedule where like if you're using your imagination. And if someone were to say to you and I have seen the future, JP and Scott, and there will be a 4-game losing streak. You and I can look at the schedule.
That's exactly where it is.
We can see where those two opportunities are, and if they can successfully navigate that and just go 2-2 during those stretches, rather than
just win one game and you're in the playoffs last year.
That's right.
Win one game against the 4 horrible teams you lost to, and you're in the playoffs.
That's right.
It just good coaches don't ever let that happen. And as much as we all love Todd as a human, there's no better guy on the planet, and but do we believe in him as being an elite coach that can, win multiple playoff games against other elite coaches and other elite teams? No, I don't. I don't believe that until I see it.
I'm with you.
But
I'm with
being
you.
Said, I sure hope he proves me wrong.
I have told Todd personally, please prove me wrong. I want you to be successful here. I'd love to see you win the Super Bowl.
We all do.
But there's a 10-win ceiling that has been there for 8 years. It has started in New York in his first season there, and he's only hit 10 wins once here. And you look around, JP, and you see what Liam Cohen did in Jacksonville, going from 4-13 to 13-4, taking 0 coaches from Tampa Bay. And then you see Mike McDonald in his second year as a head coach. In Seattle, winning a Super Bowl with a 14-win team and doing it in the NFC West.
Yeah.
With the Rams and the 49ers there, a pair of teams that also win double-digit games. Like those two coaches, what they've done are more impressive than anything Todd Bowles has done. And I'm not trying to throw shade at him, just being real.
It makes a huge freaking difference.
This franchise just celebrated year 50. And in 50 years, they've had one season where they reached 13 wins. And Liam Cohen did that in his first season.
Did he ever coach here? Did we have a chance to keep
Liam? Yeah, I think he was around in 2024 doing something. I don't.
You know anybody who said keep Liam and dump Todd during that late season?
I'll pass on Liam Cohen. Thanks.
I know.
I'm good.
Mr. Timmy. Yeah. I know two guys who said that back then. I'm not second guessing. They're both on your screen. All right. I'll pat you on the back. You can pat me. I don't have to pat myself on the back.
Yeah.
All right. Tell us what's coming up on Pewter Report in the dead time, the next 5 weeks.
We've got a lot of content coming up. We have some serious guests coming up. We're planning a big summer of guests on our Pewter Report podcast. I'm not gonna drop some names, but some of those people are in the Bucs Ring of Honor, and we also have some Buccaneer players coming on. So it'll be a fun summer on the Pewter Report podcast. Videos coming out too. I've got a Peter Pulse video coming out later today, and we have Josh Capo talking about Vita Bay and his contract situation tomorrow. And I've got another Peter Pulse coming on Saturday, so check out Pewter Report TV. Our podcasts are live Monday through Thursday, every single week during the summer to help you get your Buccaneer fix from 4 to 5. We go live. So check us out. Visit us on PeterReport.com. SR's Fab 5 column coming out tomorrow, wrapping up our Bucs minicamp coverage. And then we also have, you can follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram at Peter Report.
Great stuff, Scotty. Thanks, man. Appreciate your time. As always, you're the best.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
All right, we will take a quick break. We'll come back and get to all the comments that are coming in on that segment. We'll also hear from Antoine Winfield and Emeka Egbuka, who I think is going to have a huge year. We're brought to you by the great folks at MOR TV, your place for Rays baseball, coming up tomorrow night. One of the 10 games they'll have on your free TV, MOR TV. You can find them in your local stations section, whichever template you have, whichever portal you have, you can find it in the local section. And it's Rays baseball against the Washington Nats, who are coming in this weekend, starting at 7 o'clock on MOR TV, your home for Rays baseball in Tampa Bay. Back in 3. Well, the folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC want to say thanks for making them so dadgum busy. Of course, advertising on your favorite Tampa Bay sports talk show helps, but it's their incredible customer service, honesty, and integrity that have earned them tons of 5-star reviews. And now you could be part of the team at Third Generation. Yes, they are so slammed, they need to hire more certified AC technicians and plumbers. It's a great family business to work for. My buddy John Rodriguez runs an old school family business since 1995. They pay well, give you all the holidays off, and they offer great benefits. No cold corporate atmosphere here. You're part of the family. If this sounds cool to you, call them and apply at 813-961-8024, or you can email your resume in at thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Just go to the website, you'll see the button, email them, or call them at 813-961-8024. And don't forget about the $169 yearly maintenance special. It's a no-brainer, guys. thirdgenerationplumbing.com, and they also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. fanstreamsports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, fanstreamsports.com.
Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by the great folks at Italiano Insurance, soon to be AJ Gallagher Insurance. There'll be a name change, but it'll be the same old great service you get from the Italiano team. That means you will reach a human being who will do all the work for you, shop all the different companies they represent. And now with AJ Gallagher, they will be able to represent way more companies. So it's a bigger selection for you guys, bigger options, but the same great customer service you've been experiencing for over 60 years. Italiano Insurance, soon to be Gallagher Insurance, but same old folks. You get the big deal with the little deal, which is a great deal, as we like to say. All righty, let's get to the comments, shall we, Timmy?
Stone Loke once said, "Let's do it."
Hey, give me a U.S. Open update before we continue.
U.S. Open update. Sam Burns, your
Burns.
leader, through 6 holes at 2 under. So our Nicholas guy was James Nicholas,
Mm-hmm.
who was at 2 under through 6 and double bogeyed 17 to put him back at even. So he is not even on the first page of the leaderboard now.
No.
Sam Burns at 2 under through 6 is your leader. Rory McIlroy, Ludwig Ober, Graham McDowell, Christopher Raytan, Novak James, the whole and then Peacock all at 1 under.
Wow.
Scheffler, Koepka, and a whole contingent of guys at even. It's playing just like we thought it would, JP. It's windy. Who's this? Scotty's teeing off on the 15th with an 18-mile-an-hour crosswind from left to right. I'm sorry, that's Rory, not Scotty.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. As Johnny rightly pointed out, he hits the ball with a ton of spin, especially off the driver head, so it's going to be hard to keep to hit those fairways.
Thankfully, the 15th is a dog leg to the right, so it played right into his drive. It was great.
Okay, there we go. All right, let's get to some of the comments here. Miles Kyler says MLB TQ plus.
Oh, that's funny.
I think I know what he's referring to.
We all do, yeah.
So we haven't really talked about that on this show. We hit it a little bit yesterday, but it's really kind of a crossover topic now. If you're not aware, the Giants pride hats were worn this past week, and a couple of the pitchers or players put Bible verses on them because the rainbow had a different connotation for them of their religious beliefs. And they were harshly rebuked by MLB saying, don't do that again. That violates our writing on the hats policy, et cetera, et cetera. There was an interesting tweet that I saw yesterday about in terms of an EOC violation. I'm trying to find it here. Basically, a smart legal mind said this is something that really is against the law, quite frankly. I'm going to try to read a little bit of what she said. Said, Dear Commissioner Manfred, it's come to my attention that MLB is considering disciplining members of the San Francisco Giants who expressed the dissent from wearing Pride Night hats by either writing Bible verses on those hats or wearing a regular Giants cap. In response to these actions, MLB said the writing on the cap violates our rules and consistent with normal practices. We have warned the players about future violations. Missouri will not tolerate, she's the AG in Missouri, any threat to punish a player for exercising his sincerely held religious or moral beliefs. Doing so is both illegal and un-American. Forcing employees to respond to espouse viewpoints that conflict deeply held religious beliefs violates both federal and state law. The U.S. Supreme Court has made clear that the Civil Rights Act prohibits employers from imposing uniform requirements that unnecessarily burden employees' religious observations. See EEOC versus Abercrombie and Fitch.
Yeah.
Interesting. I hadn't seen this. And she continues, MLB's actions are also just plain wrong. As America's pastime, baseball should not discriminate against the political, moral, or religious beliefs of any player. As the U.S. Supreme Court recognized in Oberfeld versus Hodges, the law protects individuals regardless of their sexual orientation, but also protects those who deem same-sex marriage to be wrong based on religious or philosophical premises. So it works both ways.
Right. And it should.
So, absolutely. And again, I guess it's the Rangers that's having Faith Family Night. Is that tonight?
It's instead of Pride Night. Yes.
The Pride Night. Now, I don't know if there's any uniform monikers that will they be wearing crosses, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah, they will. They're not changing anything.
Okay. I think that's where we should be on this. Again, it doesn't make you a bigot if you don't want to wear that. It just, I don't know why we have to bring this into sports. I think hockey got it right when the Players Association said, listen, what's happening here is if you don't want to wear it, and you obviously they have the freedom to not wear it, but then it makes you a target.
Yeah.
Because everybody, he's the one.
Especially in this culture, right?
Exactly, where we're going through people's Instagram, seeing who they follow and outing them, right? It's like, it's just bizarre. It's like, I don't get it. I'm all for it. I mean, listen, you can have pride. I don't have a big problem with Pride Night. I don't have problems with institutions celebrating whatever they are. I'm pretty tolerant dude, man. Just do whatever the hell you want to do. Just don't force it upon me. It doesn't.
Right.
I just don't know why Major League Baseball had to come out and do this. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Go do your own thing, but don't expect me to do your thing.
Right.
And don't make me do your thing, or don't criticize me for not wanting to do your thing. I'm going to go do my thing. Why don't we have a heterosexual month? Let's go celebrate
Celebrate who I have sex with, damn it.
Yeah, let's just celebrate me. I want a me month.
Look,
hashtag me too.
Listen, there are times in this country, and when it goes to in racial tones, and also where the gay lifestyle was very much looked down upon. I don't think that exists anymore.
Well, it was
in our
illegal.
Society.
It was actually illegal for.
I mean, I just don't. I think it's absolutely tolerated, as it should be, Absolutely. Do you think you want to get married to a guy? Yes. Who cares? That's your deal.
You can be
a girl wants to get married to a girl. Fantastic. We need more love in the world. 100%. If you want to have parades, have a parade. I'm all for it. That's fine.
We have too many parades.
Whatever. Yeah, we're the Knicks are having a parade today. That's fantastic. Do I have to go to it? No, I don't.
Do we have to wear New York Knicks?
If I don't go to it, am I an anti-Nick?
Yes.
Am I a bigot? Because I don't like it because I don't go to it.
We hate New York.
I mean, but that's where we're going to. And by the way, most of the people I know that are gay really don't want all this public pressure.
They hate it.
Crazy stuff. Yeah. They just assume, everybody be cool with everybody. And we don't need a Pride Night. If we have one, great. I'll be there. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. But this becomes so messy.
It's the extremists, just like in politics, in religion, whatever. You have a small contingent of extremists for whatever that cause, lifestyle, party, whatever it is. And they're the ones that make a big deal about it. The normal people who might be homosexual or whatever, or Republicans or Democrats or whatever, they're just like, we don't really need this. It's just a small percentage of that group or whatever it is, belief, philosophy, that wants to enforce it on everybody else. And that's where we get problems.
Yep, I agree.
Except for heterosexuals.
But and this person saying it crosses legal lines. I mean, all the time when those things get brought up, corporations run from, well, we don't want to get sued. Let's stop that.
Yeah.
Right. Well, maybe they should take that into consideration here.
Stand up for ourselves.
A little history lesson here from Nathan Elliott. It says Central Europe, really. in terms of Budapest. Well, they call it Eastern Europe. Okay. It was behind the Iron Curtain. They are renovating everything. Yeah, they renovate things. They don't knock down the Sistine Chapel. You know, they don't like, oh, the Cathedral of Notre Dame got a little burnt in that fire. Let's just knock it down and rebuild some modern. No.
They probably should,
because that would be cheaper. That's what we do in our society. No, they go, we need to make this better than it was before. But
JP, if they don't tear things down, how do we have the 16th chapel? What happened to the 1st through the 15th?
Thank you.
You're all week.
Exactly. Kurt Dorsett says the commission tax amendment kicks in the fiscal year 28. Yeah, it does, but that's the first 250,000 exempted. So most houses are worth more than that. So I think that it graduates in if it's passed. So the first hit, I think you're right, it would be in 28, but the more significant hit would come in 29. So they have to kind of, again, so much of this is, it's not, do we have the money? Yes, we have the money to do this. And it's a great return in terms of the raise deal. It's when the money gets spent and when we get it back. It's balancing the books. And that's a lot of what's being negotiated right now. And of course, having some fail safes if, things don't go according to plan. And all of that those are great questions to ask. And there's questions that need to be answered, and they need to be answered in a correct way to get this deal done. And I am been assured that there's not a problem with that. So again, we're pro stadium. That's going to happen where they may be the only ones, but I don't mind being the only one that's right.
You're used to it, right?
Oh God. We are self-deprecating at times. We laugh about this. Somebody will go, oh, you're so arrogant about that. No, I'm laughing at myself. Rick says JP emailed Scott's hairdresser. He got the link. He has to flex on you guys. I wish I need his hair. I need his hair guy. Regrow some.
That's what we need as a sponsor on this show, JP. We need
I'm working on it. I'm working on
of hair thing.
I'm working on a little stem cell hair regeneration.
Can we find a weight loss? Can we find a weight loss sponsor so I can freaking lose some weight? That'd be great.
Luke will help you with that. Lugo's he'll get you the old GLP-1 if you need it.
Yeah, I got to talk to him again.
Yeah. He might ask you to actually go into a gym though and do something, which I think you're vehemently against.
Crazy talk, JP.
Or just go for a walk, for God's sakes.
I walk around my block every day. Yeah, when I don't have a torn ACL.
Right. Kurt says, as you mentioned earlier, the same squawky people are at these public meetings complaining about everything. The county needs to turn on the weather machine. My yard is brown. Yes, they whine about everything. It's ridiculous. The gamer man says, I still believe that the Rays can lead the division again. They just need someone to step up and fire up the team. Well, I don't think a fiery speech is going to get it done. It's nice to have leadership that way, and you can spark a team, but more what you need in baseball are players, and good players, a better bullpen and a big bat, and maybe one more starting pitcher would help. But will the Rays do that at the deadline? We shall see. Michael LaRue, good morning to you, says, what I love most about the World Cup is that Europeans are loving America more than Americans love America. Have you seen this, Timmy?
Yeah, it's. I think it's awesome.
It is awesome. And we need to be reminded of what a kick-ass country we can be. And we are to some degree.
Because all they hear over there is how bad we are, how ugly everything is, how horrible the people are, our architecture, all things we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Then they come over here for the first time. And granted, it's for an event they're already excited about being at. But when they see America, no matter what city you're in, Dallas, Miami, Kansas City, wherever they are, New York, New Jersey, they're like, they seem to be blown away by it, right?
Well, here's the thing. If you've traveled at all, especially in Europe, when you turn on the TV in your hotel room or in the airport or at a bar or someplace, you're watching TV, it's the American television that they get is CNN. That's it.
Gross.
That's all they get is CNN. Can you imagine what your view of America would be if that's all you got was CNN and BBC?
They don't have Happy Days reruns?
No, they get CNN and BBC. which is absolutely the most ridiculous far-leaning left shit you'll ever see in your life. Gross. And that's and probably some CBS news. And that's what they get. And so that's when they come to America, they think it's good. There's going to be every city's going to be on fire. Trump's going to be out there in a Nazi uniform, rounding up everybody and shooting them. Yeah, I mean that's what they think because that's all they report. And they get over there and they're like, oh wow, this is really nice. it's really cool. I'm like, yeah, it's not bad. It's more freedom here. Don't go to Canada though. Do not go to Canada. Chris Cole says we don't need Von Miller or Wagner or Debo. A lot of people are trying to bring all those in. We certainly don't need. I love Debo, but I think we're full.
I think this team could benefit from some Bobby Wagner.
I do too.
I know he's not what he was, 8, 7, 5 years ago, but this dude still has an incredibly intelligent football brain, whether it's body.
Would he be better than Jeremiah Trotter?
Yes, 100%.
Yes. And we bring Trotter along slowly. Yeah. Yes. I would agree with that 100%. Chris Cole says Grizz was just bad at play calling. Yeah, he wasn't great. But I also think he was, he's a newbie, and I think when Todd Bowles came to him and said, I want to run the ball 30 times against the Panthers, he probably went, yes, sir. Whereas I think Zach Robinson would say, hey, coach, come on now. Let's hands off my offense. Because there's credibility there. There's, you hired me to do a thing. Let me do my thing. So, I hope that if that were to happen, that would happen. What else we got here? Stounbrower Sports says Baker tried hitching his wagon to Brady's star. Well, yeah. In terms of, I'm going to follow Tom Brady. He did pretty well here. There must be something going on here. It's not just Brady, and he was right. Rick says Todd thought he heard Bill Belichick say was more days off instead of no days off. He said more days. Yeah, you got that wrong. Look at this. Scotty Fitz says, hello to the show from Medellin, Colombia. Currently doing a coffee tour on donkeys in the mountains.
Oh, Lord.
All right, Fitzy. He's doing a coffee tour on donkeys in the mountain.
Sounds dangerous.
In Colombia.
Watch out for some of that poop coffee that I hear they have down there.
I'm just saying, like, going to Colombia in Medellin, the cocaine capital of the world, used to be. Remember that?
Probably still is.
Yeah. Don't they make cocaine from the coca leaves? They do. I believe they do. Yeah. Steinbauer Sports says Baker's in no position to dictate the terms of the contract. I would disagree with that. Now, I know there's a lot of words in there that we could, parse a little bit. Dictate, probably not dictate, but he certainly has leverage. Now, the franchise tag gives the Bucs a little bit more leverage, I think. If he has a great year and you don't want to pay him all that money, you could just franchise him. My point is that what you want? You want a quarterback playing, with the back of his mind, if he gets hurt, he's got no guaranteed money, especially Baker Mayfield. I want to free Baker Mayfield up to be Mr. Tampa Bay, where I'm here for the long term. I ain't going anywhere. I'm planting my flag here in Tampa Bay like I planted it right there in the middle of that. Yeah, that's what I want Baker Mayfield to do. And he doesn't feel that way right now. He wanted to feel that way. He felt that way. I think when you see the quarterback Netflix series come up, you're going to see somebody who's really loyal to the organization, that would do anything to win. I don't get that. Again, it's Baker. He's going to ball as hard as he can, but you just subconsciously, when the organization doesn't have your back, and that's the way the player feels. When you don't extend them, right, to a market value contract in your contract year, what you're saying to him, no matter how much you want to, Joel Glazer or Jason Light or anybody say how much you love Baker, you can say it all you want, but until you commit to him with a long-term contract, those words are meaningless to the player and the agent. They are. If you really believe in me, then extend it at a market value. Right? I mean, talk is cheap.
It's fair. Talk
is cheap. You want me to stick around, buddy? Put the ring on my finger. You want to get, I promise. I love you, honey. Oh, well, let's go down to the courthouse and make that happen. Let's go. Otherwise, talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. Ashley, do not chime in right here. I'll beat you up. Please don't. Just kidding. My wife's cousin is at the U.S. Open, Brandon Holtz. We all went to Augusta Sunday as his guest. Yes. I bumped into one of the Rays advisory board members, Rob Skinner. Yeah. There was a lot of Rays love up there at Augusta. Yeah. So, Kurt, you're with Brandon Holtz. Our tickets were from the Holtz family as well. Did not know that. Also from the BOCC, that's the county commission, Wostall insisted the private citizen who was threatening legal action against 4 TSA members is a lobbyist and also compromised. Wostall obviously wants the Rays Stadium undermined. Yeah, he's part of that cabal. No question about that. Rick says Kurt is the VIP of the Petermans. He's making a strong run. He also said the Rangers are doing it right. Yeah. That's the tolerant part.
That's the only thing they're doing right this year, by the way.
Yeah, really. David asked the question, why does it have to be a month? Why does it have to be a month?
You just have a week, maybe?
Presidents get a day. And they have to share them. They got to share them with a couple other presidents. We used to have Washington and Lincoln used to have their own day. Now they got to share it. They don't get a month. Here we go. Rays have a Pride game June 20th, a Jewish Heritage game on July 8th, Christian Faith game August 1st. There we go. Days are good. Everybody's happy. Let's celebrate. You want to celebrate it? Celebrate. If you don't. There we go. Not making anybody do anything. We're giving options. Love that. Options are great. Are the players being forced to wear anything? I don't think so. I don't know. But they shouldn't be. Just wear your uniforms. That's all I'm saying. There are always those that go the extra on things like this, said Chip Clark. Yeah, unfortunately, I think that's part of it. What happens in your bedroom should stay in your bedroom. I think that's a pretty good tenet to work from. Yeah. The Scots took over Fenway Park. Boston has run out of beer. Not crying about Boston problems. That's true. Have you seen what the Scots have done? They broke the decibel meter at Foxborough Stadium.
So
holy
crazy.
Shit.
Did you hear it?
Nuts. Yes, I did.
God, it was crazy.
It was loud. Damn. And they were singing their national anthem. And it was freaking loud.
That's how you do it. That's how you sports.
Yep. Yeah.
And you know what's funny, JP? So one of the other things that I had on before we started the show yesterday when we're doing the afternoon, I had to show one of the TVs on YouTube. I started to watch the Week 13, 1974 NFL matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington, at the time, Redskins. And it was the CBS broadcast, Pat Summerall, Tom Brookshire. And they showed back then, and I remember this as a kid, they don't really do it anymore, like the entire pregame on the field and everything, they didn't have 100 games to jump back and forth to, and a whole studio show and stuff really back then. So they showed, and it was at the old Texas Stadium, they showed the guy coming out to play the national anthem, and it was a trumpet player. And you had the little color guard contingent behind him. Yeah. There it wasn't even at midfield. It was in one of the end zones, right? That's just how it was. That's how it was. And they're showing it on TV. Every single person of the 60,000 people at Texas Stadium that day were screaming out, singing the national anthem at the top of their lungs to the trumpet player.
Love that.
I'm like, dude, you just don't see that anymore.
Yeah.
Nobody does that.
Some don't. Some take a knee wearing USA uniforms. Yeah. And, and it's become almost, a thing to root against the United States. I've never seen patriotism is at an all-time low. That is a fact. And to me, it's reprehensible. I just, I'm not asking you to run around in USA gear all the time, but can we give a little bit of love and loyalty to Western culture? Western culture is not perfect, but I think you should assimilate into the country in which you want to live. Not try to change the country to where you came from, but assimilate into the country in which you live. If you want to come here, then you should assimilate to our culture and our values and speak our language. And if you don't, go back to where you came from.
Yeah. Why do we have to
Kurt
conform to you?
Yeah, exactly. Now that Levante is retired and Bobby Wagner is continuing to play, Wagner will overtake David as the 4th all-time in solo tackles. Yeah, that to me, tackles is a stat that doesn't get enough play. It's the essence of the game, putting the other guy on the ground and stopping him. You know, I love that. Nathan Elliott says in Budapest, people are wanting to come to Florida and especially Miami. They told me that Miami looks amazing. I directed everyone to the Tampa Bay area. I was just in Miami. Boy, has it grown up since my early days. As you know, kind of traveling the same old roads that we went to back in the day with the Orange Bowl. But man, has it changed dramatically. The skyline is incredible. But it's crowded. It's crowded, and it's kind of, to me, it's ugly. I don't like the modern day Miami. Just the roads and it just looks trashy. Just looks really trashy. What else we got here? This is something I want. Rick and Kurt said this. Baker attends Lightning games. He leads Lightning teams into Ray J, has a tab at the Anchor Bar on Davis Islands, wears For the Bay gear. He is Mr. Tampa Bay. Yeah. So reward him. You know, I have a problem with if they don't get this deal done before this happens. I mean, Baker has been all in your organization. I think the Bucs have been very good with, as Scott rightly pointed out, with rewarding their players who have been loyal to them. And I think Baker needs to fall right into that category. And I don't think he's going to demand an above market deal or even a market deal. I think he'll probably take a little bit less if you give him long-term guarantees that for the next 4 years, he's going to get paid at least $40 million, $45 million, which again is below his market rate. At 180 guaranteed, 190, I think you get the deal done. That's what Purdy got, and I think he's a lot better than Purdy. He's pretty good. All right, let's take a break. We'll take our final break, come back at the end. We had all this sound to give you, but you guys were making great comments, so we can always push it to next week.
Or next week, yeah, no big deal.
Yeah, that's right. No show tomorrow, Juneteenth. We're definitely going to take that holiday. We got things to do. Quick break. Back on the other side. Stay with us. Hey, JP here for Genesis of Tampa and the Murphy Auto Group. I think the best way to experience a business is to use that business. And I just did at Genesis of Tampa. Just bought a GV70, a 2023, and it feels and drives all new. It's an absolutely fantastic car. The technology, the comfort, and the price, absolutely outstanding. Frankly, I never thought I could get into a car like this, but they made me a deal I could not refuse. And I also get the VIP service where you can just drive right up, their pit stop service. They'll top off all the fluids, make sure your air in your tires is good, new wipers if you want them. If you need extended service, they will come to you, bring you a courtesy car, and then bring your car back. What more do you want? The experience was just VIP all the way. And you can get that at Genesis of Tampa. And don't forget, you can get extended warranty, which I did. So I have worry-free miles up to 100,000. And all they do is just take it in. Actually, I don't have to take it in. They come to me. It's perfect. It's Genesis of Tampa right there, 801 East Bears Avenue, right off of 275. Go see them and tell them JP sent you. Big thanks to Italiano Insurance, the great folks over there. They will soon be part of Gallagher Insurance. A little name change, but same great folks, same great customer service you've known for over 65 years. They do all the work. You save all the money. ItalianoInsurance.com at 813-877-7799. Hey, the Golden Diamond Source wants to be your family jeweler. So don't wait any longer to find that one-of-a-kind perfect engagement ring for that special someone in your life. At the Golden Diamond Source, they can design anything you want personally. The Gold and Diamond Source can help you trade in your old broken jewelry and use it towards a new purchase as well. And with gold prices at record high, now is the best time to do it. They only sell natural diamonds at the Gold and Diamond Source. So if it's a real love, it should be a real natural diamond. Don't start your relationship with a fake diamond. Bad idea. And with the Gold and Diamond Source first-time buyer program, you can learn all about the 4 C's in all the different shapes and styles. And they are able to show you a huge selection of inventory to choose from. And don't forget, 0% financing for up to 5 years. If you finance $5,000, it's only $83 a month. Make sure it's a Gold and Diamond Source diamond, 3800 Almerton Road, always online at goldendiamond.com.
It's a love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
Hey guys, you already know that Riveters is the best sports bar in all of Tampa Bay, but now it gets even better for Rays baseball season. During all Rays games, check this out, $6 Tito's, $6 Jack, $6 margaritas, all during Rays games. Are you kidding me? And that's always a great pour from the great bartenders at Riveters. Great service, great food, everything is fresh, nothing is frozen. And let me tell you, if you want baseball and wings, you will not find any better than Riveters. Their sauces, like the blue cheese and the ranch and everything, is handmade, and the wings are big and they're perfect. Wings, baseball, Rays, Riveters. It all comes together during baseball season. Once again, in addition to all the great food and service, you get $6 Tito's, $6 Jacks, $6 margaritas. It's time to celebrate. Baseball season is back, and celebrate at Riveters. You know where it is, right there on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of the stadium. See you there at Riveters. Pitch Roofing believes giving back is part of doing business the right way. That's why they proudly offer exclusive discounts to those who gave the most to our communities, including veterans, first responders, seniors, and teachers. And for listeners of the JP Peterson Show, there's even more good news. Pitch Roofing is now offering a special discount just for fans of the show. With so many roofing companies coming and going in Florida, it's important to choose a contractor you can count on long after the job is done, especially when it comes to honoring your warranty. Pitch Roofing is built for the long haul with a reputation for quality, transparency, and standing behind their work. Whether it's a repair or a full replacement, their team delivers honest guidance, quality workmanship, and no high-pressure sales. Call 727-67-PITCH, 727-677-4824, or visit pitchroofing.com to schedule a free estimate.
Pitch roofing, roofing done right.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by Third Generation Plumbing and American Standard Heating and Cooling, your HVAC leaders and your dynamic duo if you need a new unit. But get the maintenance special. It's $169 a year. You get 2 visits. They come out, clean out your drain pipe, which is always good. Make sure your unit is in tip-top working order for these hot summer months where it's going to get a lot of work. So, give them a call over there at thirdgenerationplumbing.com. You can email them. You can call them from the website, whatever you want to do. But just make sure you get in touch with them. Tell them JP sent you. Great folks over there. Anything mechanical, plumbing, AC you need at your house, they can get it done. Third Generation Plumbing and American Standard Heating and Cooling. Great folks. So, but
JP, we have a crisis. We have a crisis here in the Dallas studio.
What is the crisis?
And I may need somebody from Third Generation Plumbing, and if they have a refrigeration guy. So this morning I walked in, I did my daily Jaeger shot about, 7:30 this morning.
Yep.
And I noticed it wasn't as cold as it normally is. I didn't really think anything about it. I was coming in here trying to get stuff. I just went to do my other Jaeger shot, and it's not cold, and the cooler on our Jaeger machine apparently is not working.
Oh, that's okay. We'll call Third Generation Plumbing
I'm doing warm Jaeger shots, JP, and I don't like it.
Well, here's something that's going to horrify you.
Oh, no.
From Emeka Egbuka. Guess what he's doing? I'll click it. Guess what he's doing in this break before training camp?
If he's getting married, I'm out.
Hold on. You missed
my main plan. So I'm getting married on the break.
Oh,
no.
Those are my main plans. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's been about 2.5 weeks now. So clock's ticking down, and I'm really excited for that. But once I'm able to come back to Tampa, be able to lock in with the guys, the receivers, I know we're going to want to throw, going to want to catch, in preparation for the season. So that's definitely something that we'll have going.
Are you guys gonna pack honeymoon in there too?
It's more of like just a quick trip. It's not like
quick trip,
extended honeymoon. So that'll probably have to come after the season. All right, thank you guys.
Going to Budapest.
Yeah, I would say there definitely is a new energy. I think that kind of just with Mike leaving, some of the guys know that the opportunity that's on the table, and we're able to rise to the occasion. I've seen J-Mac take a lot of steps, and we've kind of been doing it side by side, and I love having his energy on the field. I just feed off of him, he feeds off of me, and it's great. And then Chris is in that steady role as a that older vet that we can look to, who's been doing it for a long time, and even the young guys who have been coming along. I think Ted has done a great job up to this point. Ted is just lightning in a bottle, as he's always been. So I think we have a really fun dynamic in our wide receiver room right now. So we just got to continue to keep that energy and keep everything moving forward into the season.
I like that. Here's him talk about what he's working on.
Making big plays with the ball in my hands. So that really just looks like in practice. Obviously, we're not tackling and we're not going to the ground, but creating great habits when it comes to catching the ball and running after the catch, making moves on defenders, having strong hands at the catch point, staying on your feet. That's a big one. So that's something that I'm really honing in on, as well as something that's less on the field, but stepping more into that leadership role, becoming more vocal, being someone that the team can look to as a steady source of confidence. So those are two things that I'm definitely working on.
Baker said yesterday that he feels.
Yeah, I think you're gonna really like the leadership qualities that he brings to the table. You just listen to him and you watch the way he played last year as a rookie and how easily he stepped into that stage, that role. I think it's great. And here's the best part about it. His offseason last year, he had none. And now he's got his legs back. Listen to this.
I feel like I got my legs back a little bit. Last year coming off a national championship and doing the whole rookie thing, combine, everything like that. It was definitely a long off season, and you never really feel like you got a break. So I think after the season last year, I was able to take some time off my legs, kind of work my way back into training in a good amount of time. And yeah, I was able to lean up, put on some muscle. I feel very conditioned, very in shape, feel very strong, healthy. So I think it was all positives.
Is your weight about the same?
Yeah, I would say weight is the same, but I would definitely say I leaned out a little more.
What's different about this offense? What do you like?
I think just changing leadership when it comes to Zach Robinson coming in. There's more new philosophy that we've installed, and I think that with losing Mike, kind of finding that new leadership, and obviously Chris has done the leadership role at a high level, but he can't be the only one with a voice. So I think other people stepping up, whether it be me or K. Dotton or even Bucky, even though he's not necessarily in everything right now. I think finding that new sense of leadership and being able to form an identity early so that we know what we're going to when the season comes around.
For years and years, regardless of the coordinator.
Yeah, that's this new offense I think is going to fit him really, really well. And one of the things Zach Robinson I think is going to get right is the running game, and that's going to open up this passing game tremendously with that play action pass. And you see a lot of bootlegs at practice too. So I think Baker's going to be on the move. Got a couple from Anton Winfield. Here's him talking about Ted Hurst, who's been kind of the surprise of the offseason.
He's been making some crazy catches, I'm not going to lie. Big body.
He said he's making some crazy catches.
Yeah. He's been making some crazy catches, I'm not going to lie. Big body, big frame. He has great ball skills, so he's going to be nice for us this year.
And Chris Godwin?
Chris is still the same Chris. He struggled with some injuries last season, previous season, but he's been improving and getting better, back to himself 100%.
Do you feed off some of the chirping that's going on with the defensive linemen?
Asking about the chirping that you're hearing from the defense all the time.
Like Nacho, who how that is.
Yeah.
But you feed off that kind of stuff?
Yeah. It's fun. It's great to hear. You love to see it out of the guys, and you want to play with guys that are chirping a little bit. It builds that intensity, and we just kind of follow suit with that. So it's nice to have that on the team.
Yeah, there's a new energy out there, Timmy. That's nice. Whether that translates into wins at the end of the year, we shall see.
Desperately needed that.
Belle is back, and she says to you, Tim, Tim needs his shots. It's important. Also, congrats to Mecca, but let's focus on football.
I had to revert to this, JP.
Oh, my God. Miller Lite. So you'll be in the studio just watching golf all day in Ironside, drinking Miller Lite.
Yeah, at least till 3, yeah.
You can't drink warm Jaeger?
Well, yeah, I can. I just choose not to. I got cold beer. I got cold tequila. I'll probably do a Milagro shot here right after the show for everybody.
Yeah, boy. Bell says Emeka has been so impressive since day one. LFG energy out there. I'm excited for this year. I am too. So we get to the 4-game losing streak that the coach can't pull you out of. We'll see. We'll try to be more positive. We'll try to be more positive as we head into the year. But it's hard. It's
very hard.
All right. Anything we did not get to today? We knew the Sorsby stuff. Sorry about that.
We'll do that on Monday. Yeah, we can hold.
Right, it'll hold. It'll hold.
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere. It's supplemental draft.
So your U.S. Open JPs. We close the show. Ludwig Oberg, Texas Tech.
There we go.
Speaking of Texas Tech, 2 under through 7 now. Oh, sorry, he just bogeyed 7. He's back at 1 under. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-way tie for the lead at 1 under.
All right. I will be running home to watch that right now. And we'll be having our own U.S. Open. I'll be down in Lauderdale this weekend. Enjoying
probably quicker if you drive home, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that'd be good. You guys have a great weekend out there. Raise all weekend at home. Get your butt out there to Tropicana Field. I'll be out there during the week next week. Have a great weekend, everybody. Enjoy Juneteenth, the holiday, and we will see you then. When are you going to? You're going to be away next week, right?